Hello and welcome to class. As part of our class, we are going to learn how to use Git and GitHub to be able to track changes to our programs and assignments that we will be doing in the semester. First off, we are going to talk about Git and GitHub. So, what is Git? In simple terms, Git is a decentralized or distributed version control system. What this means is that we are able to control various versions of programs that we are going to write. We'll be able to travel back in time to all changes we made and also be able to upload all changes of our programs or code base or assignments and make certain changes to them and then push them back. Now that we have a sneak peek into what Git is, people might have questions as to what is version control system. So a version control system simply means that you have different versions of your program. So for example, if I was deciding to write a game application and I had built a UI for a user to log in with a phone number and a password. However, later the person building the game for decides that, oh no, I want to log in with an email and a password. And if I have to go back and make changes to the application, I will just change the phone login to email login. Then I present this to the user, and then the user tells me, no, 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 I prefer the mobile phone login. Here, I would have to go back and change it to the mobile phone login. Now that means I'm going to rewrite my whole code to be able to authenticate the mobile phone login. However, with version control, since you keep certain versions of your program, so as at the time I had finished building the mobile login, I would have used a version control system like Git and GitHub to store that version. Now, when the user says I should revert or I should change to old version which was using the phone to log in, then I would just use my version control system to travel back in time to give the user the phone interface that they want to use to log in. Now, what is GitHub? Now, GitHub is a Git repository hosting service provided by Git. That is it. So, Git works collaboratively with GitHub, which is one of the hosting sites where we can actually host our version control from Git. So we work locally, then we host it over the cloud, then we can access it anywhere using GitHub. Now, what is a repository? When we start tracking our programs, we will be creating a lot of parts of our projects. Now, a repository is just a collection of versions of files that we are managing and their history. Like in the example I made, now a repository will keep when we committed or when we saved the version of our program, that's the state of our program, and then we will be able to go back to that state and then have a look at it. That is what a repository is. Okay, it's more like a folder that keeps all the information and changes that you are making to your program files. One other thing that you'll be meeting in this course is branches. Now, what's a branch? Just like a tree has a stem, it has roots, and then it has what? Branches, where which are different parts of what? The upper part of the tree. Now, in Git, a branch is a version of your repository that is being worked on at a particular time differently from other parts simultaneously. Now, looking at this diagram, we see we have a master. Now, what a master is the current state of our program. Now, when someone decides to work on our project, they can decide to what? Create a branch and then work on that version of the project. And then later we can combine it with our program and get back to a new or complete version. Someone else who can take another part of it, work on it, and also combine it back with the main branch. So we'll be able to work differently, combine it or unite the various parts of our program to get a full project once again. With all this said, in the next video, we start practicals and then start working with Git and GitHub. Have a nice day. Bye bye.